A very good afternoon to one and all. I, Santosh Pandit, welcomes you for a second day of our 5 days online faculty development program on emerging trends in industry. So, before beginning with our first sessions of today, we are pleased to announce that our resource person, eminent speaker for today is going to be Honorable Sri Shekhar Girme Sir, Director, Tech Loggers Automation Private Limited, Pune. Sir's topic is industry behavior requirements. Any institute always becomes strong on many pillars. One of the main important pillar is industry institute interaction. So we are very grateful to our speaker, Honorable Sri Shekhar Girme sir, for accepting our invitation as an eminent speaker. I extend a cordial welcome to you, sir, on the behalf of KB Family Department of Instrumentation and Control and successful struggle from a graduate engineer trainee at Tata Honeywell Limited Pune to an successful entrepreneur Tech Loggers Automation Private Limited Pune from April 2019. So, may I request Professor YP Patil sir to kindly introduce and welcome our today's eminent speaker, Honorable Sri Shekhar Girme sir. Over to you, sir. Patil sir.
Thank you, Pandit sir. May I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you. I feel fortunate to introduce our today's eminent speaker, Honorable Mr. Shekhar Girme sir. He is a director of Techlogos Automation Private Limited, Pune. Sir has wide range of industrial experience. Sir was associated with Tata Honeywell Limited, Pune as a graduate engineer trainee from April 2001 to July 2002. After rebranding, Tata Honeywell becomes Honeywell Automation India Limited, Pune. In that, as a project engineer from July 2002 to December 2005. In this tenure, Sir worked on different challenging tasks such as attended factory acceptance test, on-site commissioning for multiple PLC DCS SCADA system. Also work on bill of material finalization, integrated testing of software and hardware DCS system, control scheme, logic, flowchart implementation. Sir gained hands-on experience on Honeywell TPS system, experience process knowledge system, landscape SCADA system, Honeywell C200 controller, and so many. Sir was also associated with Isar Steel Limited, Vizag, as a control system specialist from January 2006 to July 2007. Here, Sir established a control system platforms, software application development, execution, and troubleshooting to ensure 100% plant production. Sir provided expertise on Honeywell application performance monitoring, HPM, LM, G9030, Allen Bradley PLCs, and Siemens Schematic 557 controller system. Sir rejoined Honeywell Automation India Limited, Pune, as a senior project engineer in the month of July 2007 and successfully growing his career graph as a lead project engineer, then engineering manager for the GS to operation manager engineering services in the month of January 2015. During this tenure of about 12 years, Sir handles wide range of responsibilities independently, right from PNID understanding, developing engineer skills required in projects such as DCS, PLC, SCADA, hardware software design, FAT with customers, site commissioning successfully handles project engineering delivery functions for global engineering services and so many challenging tasks. With such wide range of experience and expertise, from April 2009-19, Sir started his own company named Techlogos Automation Private Limited Pune. As a director, Sir achieved many milestones in very less time. Few milestones are Sir established 60 plus engineers team in last 1.5 year span only, developing all 60 plus engineers in the domain of PLC, SCADA and DCF system. Company is also working with different types of areas like pharmaceutical, oil and gas, cement, power and steel domain. Sir developed happy customers including Honeywell, Allen Bradley, Siemens, Essar Steel, Vedanta, BPCL, Aminial, Lupin, High Oil, and ANPC only in the small span of last 1 year only. It's really a great achievement, sir. Sir has so many core competencies such as conceiving and implementation of short and long-term business plans, establishing relationship with decision makers, suppliers, etc., understanding key business issues, understanding and coordinating customers' needs, recruiting, mentoring, training and development of business operations, creating and sustaining a dynamic environment, and so many. We are very fortunate to have such a wide experience, valued, and eminent director as an eminent speaker for our FDP. With this introduction, may I request to Honorable Mr. Shekhar Girme sir to please start your session. Over to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. First of all, I am very, very sorry that I am not in an environment where the professional environment where the offices are. Okay, I was traveling from coming back from Mumbai to Pune, and because of some reason I got a delayed in between for 1.5 hour. So I could not make it to my home, or I could not make it to my office. So I have to stop in between, and I have to just log in this because I already committed that I will be available for 2 hours talking about the behaviors that industry requires. And that comes another behavior, you can say, that I'm there to support you even though I am on the road approaching to Pune. So sorry about if you are getting any noise, background noise and all. If at all it's very huge background noise, maybe I can go and sit in my car. But I prefer to come out from the car, and I'm sitting near to one of the temple, inside the temple. So if you anyone feels that background noise is really killing us, will kill us in the learnings, then maybe I can go back to my car and I can sit in the car. So I need your suggestion.
Sir, it's okay, sir. No issues,
Okay,
sir.
it's okay, no issue. Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, and again, I am apologize that I am not in my office or not in at home where we could have avoided this situation. Okay, moving to the behaviors. I mean, see, now I am a speaker, but that I prefer that we should have bidirectional as long as possible, where I should be able to get some of these few learnings from you guys as well on terms of the behaviors. What I am going to share here is more on the what I learned in these 20 years. Okay, while doing all these projects, while interacting with the people, while managing the teams, while recruiting the people. Okay, so whatever experience I have come across, that actually relates me to the root behaviors. Okay, if your behaviors at the right direction, I feel you are more comfortable. So that's why I choose this topic, because of what I learned in these 20 years that I want to share. And if one can, I mean, correct on these behaviors, I think success is in your hand. Okay. So I will start this presentation. It's very small presentation, but what I really want is like we should discuss more and more cases. We should discuss more and more real practical scenarios where we should be able to learn with each other's learning. Okay. So this is the slide, the first slide. Everybody must have seen Mission Mangal, Chak De India. I mean, there are multiple movies. I took the movie as an example because in India, media is the one who actually drives many concepts, many aspects. Okay, and we have been driven by the media from so many years, and we immediately get catch whenever there is a movie or media populate something on the news or anything with the movie structure, right? So my point here is like I also seen multiple times this Mission Mangal and Chak De India. What is important here in this that one has to take away from this particular Mission Mangal movie or Chak De India? Is it a behaviors or is it a results? What is important for us? Behaviors are important or results are important? So that's very basic question. One needs to understand very thoroughly whether I should focus very on the result side and I should not be bothered about my behaviors. Okay. Or what I should do. I should first correct my behaviors and then maybe results will come automatically. How the situation will happen. So I will share my experience. What I learned from these 20 years, the behaviors are very important. Behaviors is the individual responsibility, and the individual growth plan actually lies with the behaviors, not with the results. So my takeaway in this 20 years span of the experience is, if you are with the right behaviors, with the right time, with the right direction, definitely you will win the situation. Okay. So behaviors are very important. If you understand the Mission Mangal or Chak De, you will be able to see that in the movie, the first 45 minutes, it was like scattered way. There were the problem statement were there, what they want to achieve is there. Every budget was been assigned to that particular Mission Mangal theory and practicals, but somewhere the behaviors missing from the team. Okay, one or two engineers were with the right behaviors, but rest all 8 to 10 engineers were not at the right behaviors. Okay, similar case in the Chak De India, that, and these are the true stories, history, movies that we have seen or we have gone through it. There are a couple of such stories in in our real lives as well. And if you can go back and just cross check what was my behavior while reacting to that particular situation, or what was my behaviors that I actually proactively taken in my understanding, in my sense, where actually I could have been portrayed results in a different way if I could have with the right behaviors. Okay, so Mission Mangal, when they got into the right behavior, everybody was working as a team. Everybody was working for the target that they want to achieve. Everybody wanted to hit that target with their 100% energy, with their 100% confidence, with their 100% time and dedication. But before, I mean, in first 45 minutes, you will see in the particular movie, it was completely scattered. Everybody wants something else. They were having something else in their mind, that may be professional side or that may be personal side, but everybody was in a scattered way, and it was not at all a team formation. Okay, and I believe 90% team formation or 99% team formation comes with the right behaviors. So behaviors are very important. And as I learned now, I was associated with the Honeywell. When I resigned from the Honeywell, I was handling one of the America's business. It was 140 engineers along with. And what I learned in that particular profile as well, my job was not actually to see the result. My job was, is my employee is very happy working with me? Is my employee is putting his or her 100% for that particular project? Or is my behavior, and all these questions or all these workarounds actually lies with the behaviors. Sorry. So behaviors are very important. And then when I formed my team as an under tech logos, I understood actually behaviors has to be seen right from the recruitments. Okay, right from you are actually calling a person or calling an engineer who thinks that they want to interview, or they who thinks that you want them to be in your umbrella. Okay, so you have to choose not the results as per me, but you have to choose right the behaviors. And if you put these right behaviors into right time with right direction, definitely results are secondary. That's what I learned in these 20 years. Okay, and that's where I want to emphasize or underline that what industry is looking for in terms of, because I'm recruiting the people, I'm recruiting the good engineers from wherever possible. Okay, in 1.5 years span time, we have recruited 60 engineers, and you will not believe we do not have any senior engineer. What we have really is complete fresh engineering team who just pass out from the college, and they might have just 1.5 years experience. Nobody is more than 1.5 year experience in my organization. but I can tell you, because of the right behavior, my all engineers are doing well. And since they are doing their right job with the right behavior, with the right attitude, my customer is very happy. My customer is giving repeatedly order to me, and I am very happy to pass on whatever I'm getting from the customer. I'm passing to my employees. Okay, so in short, behaviors are very important. And what I really want to talk now is what are the behaviors that I am implanting in my organization, and we have rigorously following these behaviors just to drive the culture. Without behaviors, cultures cannot be driven. Okay, everybody can think differently. That's really good for the organization. That's we really want it. But with the right behavior and with the right attitude, if it is comes, then definitely you will hit the target with very less time, with very less cost. Okay, if you have a right behaviors. So let's talk about what behaviors that we are practicing in our organizations. Okay, so there are 12 behaviors that we are practicing in our organizations. And see, all these behaviors I have learned from my 20 years of experience. Okay, this is not the overnight journey, or this is not one single night where we have come across with these behaviors. So first behavior is effective communicator. Anyone can understand that effective communicator is very important behavior that one should understand. And the industry is 99.99% looking for this particular behavior, effective communicator. We know that why we need effective. We do not need effective communicator means just sending a mail or talking over a phone. Okay, I'm not saying effective communicator means just blah 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 blah. Okay, what I'm practically saying is one should be able to understand timely and concise information, and that information needs to be shared with the team or the customer, whoever is the stakeholder in that particular communication. That is for me is an effective communicator. Effective communicator is not just the who knows the English, who will be able to type the mails, or who will be able to attend the telecalls and all. Maybe that is very important, but more important on the how you will be able to gather the information, and how precisely you will be able to and proactively will be able to communicate with the required stakeholders in that communication. Okay, so all this theory, whatever I have mentioned, that maybe we can read it, run through, not an issue. But more important for the effective communicator is gathering information is good to have it, but how we will be able to proactively communicate, how precisely we will be able to communicate, so that we will be able to avoid the time, we will be able to lesser our cost in terms of doing the reworks and repeated works. Okay. So similar way, actually I have mentioned here that we need to means provide timely and concise information to all the other stakeholders, and use clear and thoughtful oral and written communication. Why we need to use? Because we want to influence our customer, we want to influence, or our employees we want to influence. If I'm standing in front of the others, how I will be able to influence? I will be able to influence only and only if I have a concise and timely required information, right? So that may be for negotiation purpose, that may be for some collaboration between the two parties and all. So here leaders and employees needs to appreciate as well. Whenever you see there is a effective communications are going on, so maybe leaders should or managers should be able to listen it very properly. Okay, and that may not be, your listening may not considered as an agreement all the time. Okay, it may not be into agreement, but listening might get newer ideas, listening might get newer corners for that effective communicator, and you will be able to appreciate that individual once you know that why he is effective communicator. Okay, so that was an effective communicator. Second, I give the weightage for the integrative thinker. Communication is important, but more important how you think about that situation. Then and then only you will be able to tackle that situation, or you will be able to win the situation. And I personally feel that integrative thinker is very important in the organization. Integrative thinker is very important in your day-to-day activity jobs. Sorry. So what exactly mean by the integrative thinker? Integrative thinker means whatever data you come across, okay, whatever data you have it. Without data, you should not talking any with. I mean, you should gather the data. Without data, you should not make any comments. You should not make any decision without data. So get the data with your experience, intuition, and judgment, and whatever available data. You should not be biased with the data. You should be unbiased, and then you should be able to demonstrate the abilities where are the conflicting informations and opinions that should be you should be able to consider very well, and that consideration has to be in all the sense where you should be able to see that more important here is you should not be biased. You should be able to digest the situation in an integrative thinking, that in theoretically understand the implications of individual actions, okay, individual recommendations on the others, other stakeholders, other systems, other markets, process and functions. When I say functions means there are multiple functions. When I say process means whatever you are doing a job. Take an example. Now I'm doing a job, maybe I'm just sending one mail, but I should be able to think through, after reading this particular mail, the receiver, what he or she will start thinking on it. And then with that integrative thinker, if I am writing that particular mail, that will be very, very effective, because you will be able to drive your end result by putting you as an yourself into that particular other party's shoes who is going to receive that particular mail. Okay, so this integrative thinker is very, very important. We should always think what others will think, okay, or whatever I'm doing or whatever I'm considering, what that recommendations or actions will impact to others. And impact to others means it may be system, it may be market, it may be processes, it may be functions, it may be peers, it may be bosses, it may be the management. So I think that, or it may be my customer, okay, how they will think. So I've just given one example on the mail side. While writing the mail, you should think through what the receiver, whoever is there, how they will think. And once you start this practicing, you will be able to implement at home as well, okay. So in that means whatever you want to discuss at home, you will be able to you will be able to gracefully judge what the receiver will think, and then maybe you can change your wording, you can change your sentences accordingly. Sorry. So maybe we can pause here maybe for half a minute, and then maybe if you have any practical scenarios, we can think through and we can discuss. Or if you do not want to discuss anything, I will move on to next slide.
Request to participants, please interact. If you have any doubt, please ask. Sir, here I have one question, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you very correctly said that how we think, how we behave, it really impacts on the other. But suppose the front person is not behaving according to our wish, then how to tackle such situations?
If you want to win the situation, there is no formula who says that what you think. Okay, in another words, actually I wanted to discuss this in the last part, but I will discuss now in very brief. See, what do you really want? You as an engineer, you want to win that situation by giving something great, or by successfully implementing something, right, for your college or for your customer or for your individuals. Okay, so actually you want to win the other's heart. Okay, actually you want to win the others, or you actually want to remove the other's pain. Okay, that others may be system, market, process, function, or my customer. And if you don't understand his point of view or her point of view or the process point of view, you will not be able to think through. Here you as an just what you can say, one implementer, but how you should implement that particular action, that particularly 100% lies with the others. Then only you will be able to win this situation. If you rightly said, I mean, if you start thinking, nay, I should not do this way, I should not, they should come up with that angle, they should come up with this angle, and then only I will put my one step or two step. this will not work. This will definitely will not work, because see, in my actually 2002, I was at one site, one of the Rajasthan site, Vedanta, and actually I commissioned the project very well. Customer has written very good mail to my BU heads. Okay, and that time Mr. Ranade was the BU head, and he was a Marathi, and I am also Marathi. So we used to, and that was a period when I was just a junior engineer in the Tata Honeywell organization. I came back from the site with very smiley face, and I entered in his cabin. It was a huge cabin. I entered in his cabin, and I just put up minutes of meeting in front of him, and you will not believe, he just saw that paper, minutes of meeting, and then he fired me at the same time. And 2001 till July 2002, he has appreciated my all work. But suddenly in 2002, when I came back from the Vedanta, I had interaction face to face, and he fired me saying that, where is the check? And then I just look at his face, and I said, does that my responsibility to get the check? Nobody talks to me that I need to bring that check from the customer. Then he said, bullshit, now I will stop your salary because customer is paying for our salary and you did not bother about your salary. So 2 months your salary will not be there. That time I realized he is right, okay? Because he is right in a point of view, the cost occurs somewhere, right? So whatever job is being happened, that being done by me. So in customer engineers or customer project management team actually sits besides me, and they have seen my work profile, they have seen how I'm working, so they have more confidence on me rather than my sales engineer, or rather than my sourcing engineer, or rather than my finance guy. Okay, finance guy will pick, I mean, they will just call them and they will say, sir, where is my check? But if I could have if I could have implemented maybe 2 minutes talk with my that customer, look at Mr. Customer, I have done all these jobs as per your requirement, and you have signed these minutes of meeting. Now, whatever pending amounts are there for the Honeywell, will you be able to please release that particular payment so that my company will be able to pay my salary? That was the learning in that particular 10 by 10 room that I had it with my BU head. And I got into it that, okay, next time onwards, whenever I'm visiting any site or whenever I'm going to interact with direct customer, I should underline this key. Are there any pending payments? If at all yes, then what are the clauses that you will be able to release the payments? Because I'm on site, I have full authority to solve his problem, because I'm there for him as a man hours basis or as a technical basis or whatever as per project terminologies. That really does not really matter. But what really matter is you should think through. Instead of that, if I could have tell Mr. Ranade, sir, this is not my job, somebody has to be from the finance guy has to do it, or somebody from the sourcing or sales people has to do it, because they have took the order and I am just the implementer as an engineer, whatever order was there. So he could have fired me. I'm damn sure, because he was in that mindset altogether. Money, because his R&R roles and responsibility lies with the numbers. If he's not getting the numbers, he will create a panic situation, that's for sure. But one receiver, I was a receiver, and I should be able to judge his pains. I should be able to why he's emphasizing on these particular terminologies, why he's asking me that check. And I did it very honestly. I did it, and then I understood maybe after one day that why he was pushing me for the check. Even though I was just a junior engineer, I was not an engineering manager, or I was not a project manager, or I was not a sourcing type of manager. I was just junior. But believe on my words, afterwards, whenever I visit the site, I have always checked the commercial as well as the technical aspect or technical side, pending actions. And that really pushed me as well to look into how the invoices get raised. I mean, there is always a learning. Okay, there is always, if you have a right behavior now, you will have more and more learnings to coming to you. That's what my experience, I mean. So I always see that we have to see others pain area, why they want to drive with this, okay, or why they want to make this happen. And if you try to understand, and that's where the integrative thinker comes into picture. If you try to think in that way, definitely you will be able to see few learnings for your side, few learnings for the organization, few learnings for the customer side, or the whoever is putting the request in front of you. I think I can talk with behaviors like maybe for a week, but we can. I have
Yes.
multiple examples, but we will just cut here itself. I hope I have answered your question very well. If not,
Yes, sir.
let me
Yes,
know, I
sir.
can give you one more example.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So our point here is your behaviors has to be in a such a way where you should be able to understand the other's pain. Then only you will be able to win that person, system, market, process, function, customer. Okay, we'll move to the next slide. The next is growth and customer focus. So until unless you have the best communication, I mean the that what we have seen, effective communicator and integrative thinker, customer focus will be here and there. Okay, so customer focus comes after you have got a really good experience, you have got really good effective communication as well as the technical functional excellence and the other things, right? So customer focus is nothing but customer pains. Okay, how badly my customer is, that will be my opportunity to grow my business. And that's why this is growth and customer focus. If my customer does not have any pain, why he will come to me? Simple, right? So in another words, I should be always having a situation where my customer should always be in paining area. Whether it's a bad or good, that will decide by the time, but that has to be there always, and then only the growth will happen. Okay, so in another words, my customer is very important element in my growth process. Okay, and when I say customer, not necessarily customer always is a customer who is paying for us. At home also there are multiple customers. You can relate to your personal life as well, and you can relate to your professional life as well. So here takeaway is that we have seen the effective employees like do a super job for customers every day in the quality, delivery, value and technology. So why they are able to do the super job? Simply because they are a technical excellence. Okay, because of their effective communicator. So all these behaviors are very important, all 12 behaviors. Then and then only they are very much dependable to each other. Okay, so aggressively pursue new opportunities. If I'm going to site, if I'm an engineer, and if I have mind that no, whatever my boss told to me, he has or he her she had just mentioned it to that two activities that I have to perform at site, and once that two activities has been done, I'm done. I should come back to my home, irrespective of what my customer thinks, irrespective of what my management thinks, irrespective of what the other stakeholder thinks. This is not the way to done. Just give me 1 second. I will just shift. So this is not the way that one should think. Now once you are with the right skill, with the right behavior, you should be aggressively chasing new opportunities with with there are now a lot of technologies, roadmaps are coming up, in terms of clouds are there, in terms of connectivity wise, communication wise. If you prove yourself, you are the focal point of contact to grow your business. Okay, so my each and every engineer should have this behavior. Okay, where once they are effective employees to do a super job for my super customers, they should be able to aggressively chase for the new opportunity, because my customer will be able to very open with my engineer who has solved their problems, who has solved their pains, rather than opening their new ideas or new pursuit to me. So indirectly, my every site engineer or every engineer who visits customer for meeting or for site purpose, they are likely to be very good sales engineer. And when they will be sales engineer, actually when they have this particular behavior in their mind. Sorry. So coming to the technical or functional excellence, how this can be achieved? I mean, what does that mean, technical or functional excellence? That just cannot become overnight. Okay, so that means that capable and effective in a particular area of expertise. No, I personally believe here in this world or in this earth, no one is 100% perfect. Okay, everyone has got scope of improvement till his or her last breath. Okay, so whatever area you choose, you should try to see that how you will be able to become expertise in that. So what exactly mean that? I have seen engineers who are joining the organizations, or I have seen couple of my colleagues or my friends when I was growing from 2001 till 2019. What I have seen is many people think that okay, after 6 months I have done the PLC job. Now I should be able to switch over to SCADA. Or maybe 1 year I have done the PLC. Now my management has to switch over me to the DCS job. This is not the way to move on. Okay. Once you have the expertise, definitely organization always looks for it, expertise. And I will tell you, there are many skills available who are just 50% or 40% in terms of knowledge, in terms of technical, but the expertise, I mean, say when 70% and above knowledge, expertise are very less. And whenever I actually I'm interacting with the people who really talks about that India has very scope, since we have what do you say, the youth and all. But with my experience, I will tell you, there is a, I mean, percentage wise we are very young country, but skillful wise we are very on lower side. Okay, and that we really, as a collective effort, we really have to improve upon, and that should start with the individuals, not from the others. Okay, that what I learn, and I'm rigorously actually giving this type of trainings with my Tech Logos employees, with my Tech Logos peers. So employees must remain aware of advanced and current thinking in their fields and looks for ways to apply the latest technology to their work. In other words, whatever the way I did it in the past, that may or may not be applicable in a right with this particular current situation. So I should be able to adopt the new latest technologies with my new engineers. Okay, so that for that matter, first of all, my engineers should be equipped with all the latest technologies. Okay, or my customers should be aware of these technologies. Then my job will be easy for them to convince why they need to buy this project or why they need to buy this system. And if at all they are not, then it's our responsibility to make them aware. So for that matter, engineers are very important. It really matters whether that engineer is from sales background or engineering background or production background or maintenance background. As I mentioned, whoever is interacting with the customer, whether it's an engineering field engineer who actually does the design and engineering and go for the commissioning, or sales engineer, whoever is interacting with my customer, and here customer means anything. Okay, functions, internal functions, external functions, systems, processes and all. So they should be able to sell their idea, they should be able to give the idea in a such a way where the customer confidence has to be increased. And when that will happen, only if my engineer is a technical and functional excellence. Okay, so getting results is one of the behavior that my engineer should have it. Okay, requires consistently meeting the commitments. Getting results is not the case where only once in a year you get positive result. It is something which consistently should happen with your commitments. Okay, so, and that not just the actual work done. Okay, it should go in terms of the documentation as well. What I have seen here is many of us thinks that if I am assigned to one of the project, I have to just go to the site and commission the site and then just done it. Not at all. this is completely wrong understanding. Getting result means it starts from scratch, planning, purpose, implementation, execution, and then that all this documentation has to be happen, and that my engineer should be capable of doing these documents, doing understanding these document values, because if my plan fails, if my execution fails, ultimately my end result will fail. Okay, or what will happen if I am not having any planning, if I am not having anything on my document, and if I just go and visit my site, maybe in front of the system I go and I will do XYZ, maybe result will come. Okay, it may come with less time or it may come with more time. But ultimately you and your customer will suffer. So documentation here is very important before you actually act upon. Okay, that we need to give the awareness, that we need to give more and more weightage to the documentation in terms of getting a consistent and committed results in the businesses. Makes people better. This is also very, very important behavior that everyone should have it. Now you might be able to think that makes people better means always manager should think that makes people better. Not really. Okay, manager will have their own managers, and that own managers will again have managers. Okay, so every layer should think that my peers, subordinates should be equally valued, should be equally given the opportunities to work upon, or should be able, I should be able to share the knowledge, share the technical terminologies with my peers and subordinates. That makes people better. That makes my team very 100% or close to 100%. And once you create that image in your organization, then definitely you will be the positive influencer. Hana? So that is very, very important. Self-learner is again one of the major tasks. Individual recognize their behavior and how they act those around them. So self-aware and self-learner is very, very important. Now, global mindset is something which I learned when I joined the global businesses. Okay, so here global mindset is not actually, you should not think what Australia is doing or America is doing, but that angle is there. But more on it is what the other businesses thinks on whatever business I'm doing. Okay, so it's viewing the business from all the relevant perspective and seeing the world in terms of integrated value chains. So this is very, very important. All four are important to getting the results, which are very, very committed and which are very, very consistent throughout the years. These two are very, very important as well. Intelligent risk taking. Like the integrative thinker is important, the other pillar to get this success is intelligent risk taking. So intelligent risk taking recognize that generating greater returns requires taking greater risk. जितना बड़ा risk होगा उतना बड़ा awards होंगे. Okay, but that risk has to be calculated risk, and that calculated risks are nothing but intelligent risk taking ability, intelligent risk taking behavior. Okay, while using sound business judgments, the courage to take action where the outcomes are very much uncertain, but very potential rewards are great. We know that businesses, when I'm chasing, suppose any one of the new opportunities with new customer, I know there will be plus minus here and there if I took any decision, whether it's a right decision or wrong decision. But in businesses, you have to take a decision with the right time. If you miss that opportunity, if you miss that time, then definitely, even though you have a right decision afterwards, still you will not be make it. Okay, so decisions are very, very important, and to get through that decisions, intelligent risk taking is the one of the best behavior that one should be able to practice with. Okay, and like I mentioned in this slide, business decision often need to be made based on incomplete information or insufficient information. Not that always business decisions require 100% information, and if you wait for 100% information, you may lose the opportunity, you may lose on the time. So we have to train our engineers in a way, even though you have 50% data available, you should make some assumptions, maybe 30-40% assumption, and go ahead. Okay, throughout project, maybe that project is for 6 months. In this 6 months, we'll have opportunity to clear that gray area of 60% or 40%. But if you stand still, I mean, if you just be idle and waiting for 100% information inputs, and then you do design and engineering, maybe customer will get frustrated. Similar way, the decisions making methodology as well. If you wait for 100% inputs coming from all the way, you might lose on time side. Okay, opportunity side. And that's why this intelligent risk taking and the integrative thinker has to go hand in hand. Now this foster teamwork and diversity. Once you join the industry or once you join any business, there is nothing called individual. Okay, it is always called team. And I also always daily, actually in my accountability meetings and the project meetings or my review meetings, I always mention we have to grow as a team. I do not want any single individual who is actually taking the team towards or mentioning in the team meetings that I have done this or I have implemented this. I am very much against to this. Okay, I really succeed. I have seen successions or succeed situations when team is growing. I do agree that team is nothing but the multiple individuals comes into the group and then team gets formed. But we have to look at the team results. We do not here as an organization to look at the individual results or individual behaviors. We really want to have the individual behaviors at the right place with the right direction, with the right time dedication. But ultimately results will get measured on the team level. So that's where the foster teamwork and the diversity. Diversity is nothing but just that, okay, I will just recruit the surname with the Patil or surname with the Girme or the surname with the maybe the Maharashtrian people, and I will not recruit the other diversity candidates. I should not be able to limit myself. Wherever knowledge lies with, I should be able to reach to them. I should be available for them. That's my learning in this 20 years. Okay, so this is foster teamwork and diversity. We'll take here pause for 1 minute. I will also have water, and maybe if you have any questions for last 3 sites, we can have those questions. And why I'm actually contributing to this particular program is very much I am able to see that you as an professors and the college the pillars, you will be able to definitely take away these behaviors and will try to implement in your students, so that the behaviors are very, very important for the industry. If you can have and these behaviors are nothing but soft skills again. Okay, if you have these soft skills or right behaviors, jobs are very easy to achieve. Understanding will improve, and that's my you can say my motto to contributing to this program. Okay, so next behavior is a champion change. This comes very with the experience. It may not be with the right first 4 or 5, but the champion change. I have seen some people or some students or some engineers who are born with the champion skill sets, who are born with the champions soft skills. What exactly mean champion change? I'm looking for any change they will be able to easily adopt. They will not have any excuses to make to avoid those changes. They are always ready for changes. Time will tell us whether that change was bad or right or wrong, but at the first instant itself they are very acceptable and very wanted to work upon that change particularly. So champion change here is nothing but requires a continuous improvement mindset to make decision and take decisions that are the best interest of my customer, shareholders, stakeholders, and the organization. More and above personal things, we should think about my customer. More and above my personal commitment, I should be able to think about my customer. And then only I will be able to make this champion change. It reflects a constant commitment to do the things better. And it is very consistent type of things that should be in the behavior. It accepts individuals to adapt and be supportive of organizational and business change that ensures the long-term strength of our company regardless of personal impact. I think whatever Shivaji Maharaj has the team there, where you will be able to relate, many more champions were there, many more. I mean, uh, you can relate. I mean, this is the example that I really give it to my engineers as well. Why Shivaji Maharaj was, he himself was very clever and very bravery even. But apart from that, his team was like a champions team all the time. And he actually and that's why I think we all, I mean, not just me, we all, everyone in India or outside India, they are looking at that particular Maharaj, whatever they have done it, is the role model or is the model that want to implement in whether it's organization in terms of the technical engineering background or medical background or in terms of army. Okay, so champions are very required in the organization. And when I champion means they understand why this change is there, not just ki I will do it, I will do it, I will do it. Those are not champions. Champions are, they understand properly what change is coming up and how that change should be better and strengthen our organization. So that champion change is required. And last but not the least is the leadership impact. Leaders has a very big role in every step in the organization. I strongly feel that leaders are very important. They should empower the people, they should inspire the people, and they should lead with the change. Okay, and obviously vision, without motto and without vision, organization cannot run. So leadership impact is there. But what I really want to emphasize here is the engineering student having the leadership, because leadership is also born behavior. Okay, even though that person may not be a 40 years, 20 years experience, maybe with 1 year experience with the leadership quality, that engineer or that student will have greater results. Okay, and how that will be possible? He will be able to see the issues in a very correct manner, and he will be able to develop the execution plan, action plans to solve that particular issue, to address that particular issue. And once he or she is able to solve that, I mean plan that execution, the actual execution is very easy. And then that's why the 1 or 2 years experience engineer as well, or the students as well, will be able to see the leadership impact. Leaders are not just the 20 years or 10 years experience who is managing maybe 100 engineers or maybe 40 engineers, whatever engineers. Leaders are something in a given situation, how that situation has been managed or handled with right attitude, with the right behavior, in the right direction. That's the leadership impact. I guess these are all 12 behaviors I wanted to discuss. I wanted to run through with you all, and I guess this is it. If you have any question, you can talk to me. You can ask in this particular part.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening us. You have, in a very concise and precise manner, conducted this session with a great clarity in your phrases you used, with an in-depth knowledge. It was an excellent session, sir. Along with the behavior triads, you also taught us how to fulfill the commitment. In spite of traveling, you managed to deliver the quality contents sitting in a temple. That emphasizes us the quality of a robust engineer, a robust entrepreneur. Sir, you have covered very important topics, behaviors or results.
For me,
So,
sorry to interrupt you. For me right now, my customer is nothing but you all audience is my customer right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, we have learned this lesson, sir. We will always remember this for our lifetime. Uh, the it is the right behavior, the right attitude that matters one to excel in one's professional life. So, sir, the 12 behavior shared by you will be definitely useful to us, not only in your professional life, but in our personal life too. So, the effective communicator, integrative thinker, growth and customer focus, technical excellence, champion change, leadership impact. We assure you, sir, we will percolate the your mentioned soft skill in our students. Thank you once again, sir. Now it's the question and answer session. I request all the participants to actively participate in the question and answer session, making our session a really interactive. You can unmute yourself or ask the question, or you can put your question in the chat box. Over to you, all participants.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, so you said about the behavior in which we, as teachers, are having good behavior, so students also can have that good behavior. But right now, we are facing some challenges while we are teaching online. We are having something like that. We are trying to give, but the students are not getting. Means the attitude is completely changed. They are not that serious about their studies, nor even they are thinking that even though the exams are being done and everything is going to happen, surely it is going to happen, but they are the losers. They are not studying at all, and so this is really a juggling situation that we are not able to create an attitude of yes, we have to learn for ourselves, not for marks and all that. So in that case, how a teacher can teach them soft skills and try to maintain their rapport in learning rather than only using the screens and all that.
See, my submission will be to your problem statement is more on we have to understand my customer pains, and in your case, your customers are your students. Okay, you need to understand why students are so casual. Okay, as I mentioned, nobody is 100% in the on this earth. Okay, everybody tries, everybody does trials and errors. I'm not saying there is any solution which goes with 100% correctness, but we have to look at the possible solutions. And how you will be able to look into the possible solutions only when you think integrative way. Okay, only if you think my students should learn, okay, in any way, in any case, in any platform, in any background. I know this is very toughest challenge situation, because I also had two kids, and I know how they are how they serious about the studies and all. But having said that, as much as possible, I'm not saying 100% you will be able to solve the issue with any of these behavior, but collectively you should be able to solve at least more to 70%. And remaining 30% is again, see, there are few controls in our hand, there are few controls which we do not have. There has to be collective. Do not have means individual might not have it, but the college management or the government collectively they should think on it. Why my student is not a serious like they are in the classrooms. If you brainstorm on this particular point with the right behaviors, with the right thinking, and with the intelligent risk taking, I know that, see, now this in these businesses, and in this particular situation, every business is suffering like anything. Means whatever, I will give you example. Right now I had a meeting with one of the big shot in one of the big organization today afternoon, and what he has mentioned to me, your quotation whatever is there is technically absolutely 200% right, but commercial side it is on very higher side. Then I just cannot go back to him and say, no sir, this is what it is I can offer you. If you like it, you can go ahead with that, and if you don't like it, you just trash. Okay, I just cannot mention this. What I should be able to mention, okay sir, let me know what are the technical things that you list out, all the activities, you list out all the tasks, you list out all the things which are very important for you that needs to be implemented, and which are maybe medium type of severity, which may be for someone lower side. and then maybe I will be able to quote it, and maybe we'll be able to do on phases manner instead of implementing everything at one go. So that option I put it. Second option I have put in front of him is like, whatever offers you might have received from the others, you do not share the commercial part, but you share the technical things. And I can work it out on that technical aspects, on that technical work, what will be my cost and what time duration that I will be able to complete it. So on that this particular question, he said, no, whatever technical you are giving is more than all other three the vendors. Then I said, okay, sir, then how my cost will get reduced? Then you are the best judge. You have 4 offers in front of you. You judge it, and you just tell me where I should be able to reduce it and how I should be able to reduce. Or you share me all their technicals. Don't share me the commercial part. Just share the technical. I will submit 3 offers on that 3 different technicals, and then you will be able to negotiate with all of us, all 4 parties, and then you can decide on the L1s. So there is always a challenge situation, and I know my situation or my challenge situation may not applicable to you, and that's why we should be able to see that how I should be able to take the calculated risk, how I should be able to think through, how I should be able to do the champion change, because this is completely you can say 180-degree change from classroom trainings or classroom classes to the online classes. It's a big change in the education, you can say in the education field. And I do understand because of at my home there are 2 kids, how they are serious. But what I'm submission here is there should be some possible solutions that you will be able to come across when you brainstorm it with risk taking ability, with integrative thinking, with champion change behavior.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Good evening,
afternoon, sir.
Shekhar sir.
Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Shekhar sir, you have elaborated very well in very simple language how behaviors is benefited to the industries. I have experienced the behaviors. Whatever you have told that 12 behaviors, I have implemented in the services in my service. When I was in generating plant, that there are different sections like turbine maintenance, boiler maintenance, electrical maintenance, CHP, and we are always implementing that effective communication, because operation employees are communicate with the other. Are you audible?
Yes, you are very much
Yes, sir,
audible.
you are audible, sir. Yes.
Okay, it's okay. So we are taking cooperation, coordination with this effective communication. We are interacting and executing the project or the day-to-day life, because every day there are challenges in the generating plant, right? So
Correct.
in AOH annual shutdown or capital shutdowns, we have to communicate to the other peoples or contractors or outsource peoples, and we must take the safety precautions while doing the work. So if the behavior is not correct, or organization development is totally depends on the employees behaviors. If you go through the history of BSNL employees, this organization is totally in down right nowadays, because all they are not challenging the current scenario, right? So employee is very important for the organizations. My question is that what type of applications you are providing to the customers through tech logs?
Sorry,
Can you give me some
please repeat your question. Everything I understood, but question.
what type of applications or what type of services you are provided to the customer through TechLog, that is you are launching that company organization.
Okay. So actually, I'm not doing that. I mean, what I'm doing is more on the process industrial automation and the building automation. And when I say building automation, means it is more to industrial buildings, okay, commercial buildings. So we are in that business, and that's what I learned from the Honeywell as well. Since last 18 years, and then I left Honeywell in April 2019, and I started my this own small services organization. So the our field area is the industrial automation and the commercial building automation. So we deal with the
Okay,
electrical
sir.
part, we deal with the
Thank you.
instrumentation part.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Good morning, sir. This is Vijay here. First of all, I would like to say you thank you, a very big thank you that you have elaborated almost all the behaviors which are essential for any profession or being any human being. My question is being a human, it comes out to be a challenge very specifically to make a decision, because whatever decisions that we make, this is my perception that we represent it by the behavior, and those behaviors are being observed by the multiple people, and they might be a multiple stakeholders in that scenario, or even they can be a competitors. Now, how do we prioritize our behavior in those situations? uh, I would request you to guide on this front, like
Can
uh,
I get
I'm in
any
a position.
example close to this problem statement?
Huh. So one example, integrative thinkers, this is overall. Now if I'm at a negotiation table with a vendor, which behavior I should give the priority, and if I'm with a customer while negotiating, then which behavior I should give a priority. So two things, process is one, negotiation with a vendor and negotiation with a customer. So this is one of the things. So do you feel that we should prioritize the behavior? This is the first question. Second question, if so, in which order they should be? uh, so that's all.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely, we should prioritize the behavior as per the given situation. It is not necessarily that all 12 behaviors are required in all the cases. What is the situation is given in front of us or in front of me, and if you analyze that in a very proper way, then definitely you will be able to utilize your right energy with the right behavior. So your example was, if you are sitting with the vendor for the negotiation purpose, what exactly behavior that you will use. So if you, I will tell you, the negotiation always come with the technical excellence. Okay, so nowadays every information is available with single click. Okay, so before sitting in front of the vendor, you should go through his offer. You should go through his technicality and commercial things and make yourself aware. So here, technical functional excellence has to be first priority. Once you understand what he or she is offering to you, and once you are able to digest what I am going to buy and why I need to buy from this A person, why not be B from the B person? If you prioritize in that with the technical excellence and integrative thinker, then definitely these two will push you for your own understanding. And when you are in front of the customer, you should be very effective communicator. And on the basis of technical excellence and the integrative thinker, your effective communication has to be happen in front of your vendor, and then only you will be able to get the best price. Okay, that's my thinking.
Thank
Again,
you for
these type of things,
elaborating such a good way. Thank you. Thanks
yeah,
a lot.
yeah. And there is not a right and wrong, by the way, for this type of things. Okay, there is always a possible solutions, you can say. Everybody can think in a different way, but what is important is the right behavior with the right time, with the right direction will hit the target.
True, true, true. Thank you, sir.
Sir, how we can correlate the behaviors with the ethics?
Behaviors with ethics. Actually, ethics are top, maybe because ethics are something goes hand in hand with the behaviors. Why I'm saying this statement is, see, this what behavior teaches us is do the right things with the right time for the right person or for the right system or for my right customer. Ethics are also on the similar front. Ethics are something which is you decided. Okay, I will not do the, I will only do this 1 2 3. Behaviors are talking about how you will be able to do this 1 2 3. Correct me if I am wrong, but this is what my thinking goes.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anyone having any question, please ask.
Yeah, we have got another 45 minutes. You can ask any question. Actually, maybe I can give you more and more example with individual behavior, but I have not actually having any slides for with the examples. This was actually I just thought what was my plan is that by 2:30 I will reach at my home, and maybe then I will prepare my presentation and with example, and then I will be able to talk continuous for 2 hours. That was my plan, but again that plan was not foolproof, I can say, because I have not considered in my behavior that there might be a rain, there might be a showstoppers in between, or there might be some obstacles will come across. So this happens, but ultimately I am satisfied to say that at least I will be able to present 12 behaviors in a way where I could have given, may not be in the slides, but I will be able to share the examples.
Yes, sir. Sir, it was a really very nice session. Actually, the contents were very well absorbed by us. Yes, Patil madam has some question. Patil madam, you have raised your
Yes,
hand.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One question I wanted to ask you for the sake of, uh, for reaching to the student or telling the student that importance of behavior and sir, while interviewing the students or recruiting the students. So, if I'll tell that 100 out of 100%, how much importance you give for technical skills and how much importance you give for this behavioral skills?
I will answer this. This is a really good question because I come across this question, and I was discussing this topic with Randy Richard, was the person in front of me when I was in US. So the thing was, I will rate behaviors 90%. Will you believe? I will rate 90% on the behavior and only 10% on the technical. See, the reason, two major reason behind it, and that's why actually I'm contributing to this program, because I want, you are the pillar before me when the students introduced to the industry. Why 90% I will give on the behavior? Simply because I cannot change anyone's behavior once they join my industry or my group, but certainly I will be able to change their technical knowledge by putting them more and more on technical front, more and more with the technical trainings, more and more with the mentoring and coaching programs. But how I will change one's behavior with more and more technical knowledge or more and more this type of soft skill trainings, it's very hard, because now they are 21 plus or 22 plus with their all their mindset is completely different. And industry is not there for as a training or as a coaching institutes. Industry is for getting results, and getting results, as I mentioned, 90% behaviors are important. If you have right behavior, and even though you do not know maybe 10 things out of 10 on the technical front, I have ability, or industry has a ability to train the people on the technical fronts, because they are training on their own products, they are training on their own methodologies, they are training on their own customers needs. But how I should be able to train on the behaviors? And if I want to train on behavior, I need more time. It just cannot be changed with 1 year, or it just cannot be changed with the 6 months training. It is a long process to change a behavior. Understand this. And this is what I understood in my experience. And this is what I learned from Randy when I was in the US, because I asked him a question. See, now I'm just an engineer and I have to go back to India and I have to do some kind of MBA or some management, and then only I will be able to get the managing post. Then he replied very politely and very lovingly, you do not need any MBA course, because whatever you learn in this 8 years experience, you have implemented managerial skills. I have seen in many projects these behaviors you have already in your blood, you can say, where you are able to implement these right behaviors for makes people better. Because I used to fight with my manager, that Randy, for my people salary, for my people perks, for my people, if somebody has really medical issues, I want him to be at home, irrespective of what the other things needs to be managed by my management, by my team, or by me as a team member or as a team lead. So that's why, I mean, the behaviors always has a higher weightage than the technical knowledge, and that's where actually I'm teaching to my kids as well. I'm teaching to my brothers, sisters, and all how these behaviors actually contributes. You see the Mission Mangal picture for this. Go back and maybe you spend 3 hours or 2 hours and see the Mission Mangal picture. Everybody was having with the right technical knowledge, but nobody was actually eager to buy that concept. They want to work on it. Forget about what they want to hit the target. They were not able to buy that concept that they want to work on this particular project. But then when I think Vidya Balan come across this particular situation, she is the true leader in that particular situation, where she understood everyone's personal problem. She understood everyone's what do you say, the uncomfortedness, and she allowed to that for few days or few hours, and then everybody was like in a team formation, because everybody was putting their right behavior with the right team formation. So to answer your question, I will go, and that's my personal experience, I will go 90% with the behavior and 10% on technical.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Very convincing answer, sir.
Even though if we practice right behaviors at home, husband wife will be very happy. Both sides will be winning situation always. I mean, I am practicing it, and I
Yes,
am able to see the fruitful
true.
result.
Very true, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, I am
Yeah.
Sanjay Patil.
Okay, sir.
I would wish to know, as an industry person, as on today, what are your what you call it as requirement of the engineer? Means if you want to recruit an engineer, what do you look in him?
Mostly, I will give you example. When I was reading newspaper and all, and the books, I think one of the big champ in the industry, he has.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Basically,
Yeah.
I wanted to know what changes in the engineering would you suggest? That was basically,
In terms of the colleges.
yeah, means in terms of the curriculum or in that way,
Okay, that's
as
very
per
good
the
question.
requirement of industry.
Yes, at least there has to be at least once in a week there has to be sessions on the behaviors, on the right behaviors. And what we really want to talk on that particular session is understand the customer pains. Ultimately, what is crux here? What is crux? Whether customer can be anything. My wife is my customer. Okay, my industry level, my maybe Reliance is my customer. Okay, how my customer pains I will be able to solve. That's the crux. If you teach all the students how to understand the customer pains and how to inbuild behavior towards solving that problem, not creating more and more arguments, not creating more and more problems once you are in the arguments. ओके मतलब ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि नहीं 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 why I should do this has to be done by A person, this has to be done by B person, I am here just to solve this ABCD. That behavior is actually killing the businesses. That's behavior actually killing any businesses, even though your might be the institution management thinks on that behavior as well. Okay? How my professors, how my the principals, why principals and all, how they should think about the management, how the management will grow. I mean, this is the customer growth and customer focus comes into the picture. So we have to understand my customer. And in college, actually, we have to teach a student ki how to solve the problems. So when I say problem solving is one of the methodology which comes under the behaviors, okay, problem solving, okay, then it may be integrative thinker. You can teach them. I have a hell lot of information about these topics. I mean, integrative thinker. I have a few books as well. I have gone through it. Maybe I can share with you all the abstract of this book. I mean, and maybe if you can come across maybe once in a week, maybe 1 hour or 2 hour max to max, and talk about this, because this is something has to be shared, but sharing maybe 10% and 90% again on the practicing the things. This is not the something which is sharing will be 90% and 10% is practicing. So it's a reverse way. 10% will be the sharing and 90% practicing. Means whatever I have shared with you today, intelligent risk taking, until unless you practice it, it will not come to you, or it will not be with you. Okay, similar way. So maybe I will come across, I already come across many books, already come across many personalities which actually learn a lot from them, and I have made some notes. So maybe I can share with example on this each and every behavior. But I certainly see that this is the area where colleges should work upon. This is the area, because once you make the foundation with the right behaviors, results, achieving the results are very, very easy.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Anyone want to ask any question, please? Okay, we'll move ahead. Thank you very much, sir. 90% behavior and 10% and 10%.
You can say, and one more thing is that we should be able to see that my customer pain has to be solved by me. That is second statement that you can take away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Realizing the pains of the customer. Yes, sir. We'll definitely. And sir, we assure you, sir, we will share this video. We have recorded your session, and we assure you, sir, we'll share this video with our students of our department, of our college. And definitely these things needs to be cultivated in their minds. Thank you very much, sir. Now we'll move. Yes, sir. Now we'll move ahead. Now I request Professor Y.P. Patil, sir, to kindly present the vote of thanks of today's session.
Thank you, Pandit sir. Sir, I am audible, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good evening to all. I have an honor and privilege to extend vote of thanks after highly in-depth session. Sir has given a detailed exposure on behaviors to drive culture. Under this, Sir teaches us 12 important behaviors required in industries by giving real-time experiences examples. Such Sir clarified the exact meaning of effective communication. It is not just a oral communication but providing timely and concise information to others. In the similar way, Sir given many examples. Sir also highlighted how to handle given situations with right attitude and direction. Sir also highlighted on in a week we have to be gathered and discuss on the behaviors to not to just discussion but to solve the problems and not by the arguments. Behaviors. Sir also highlighted that the behaviors are killing many businesses. So it is one of the very important aspect we require to be focused, and a student has to be more and more focused on the problem based learning. So that also sir has to be highlighted from his discussion. I'm very happy but thankful to honorable Mr. Shekhar Girme sir, director of Techlogos Automation Private Limited Pune, for accepting our invitation for 5 days FDP and committed to spare his valuable time in this difficult situation also. His valuable experience sharing also and interaction with faculties, researchers and industry professionals. We hope that all the knowledge on these behaviors gained by the attendees of the FDP will definitely transfer into the future engineers. Once again, thank you very much, sir. I also thankful to Mr. Devraj Patel, sir, PLC engineer, Bumer Group UK, and Mr. Subhash Anokar, sir, Deputy Executive, Maharashtra Power Transmission Company, Mumbai, for his valuable presence in this session and also the interaction. Thank you very much, sirs. I also thankful to all the participants for their participation, positive interaction, and patience listening. Thank you all.